We're gonna go live on TikTok as well. Here we go. And that I think looks pretty good. How we doing, everybody? Let's see. Yes, we are working. Hey Julia, Shadows as well. What's up, dude? I see you all popping in. Talix is here as well. How you doing, buddy? Ramangardi as well. Conmel, Argentina just come back after losing 2-0, bro. Cool, man. Good for them. Selinko, what's up, dude? Hi. Do we have anybody in? Let's see. Do we have people on Kick and Twitch and YouTube around? Or how are we doing with that? Just testing the YouTube layout right now, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. What's up, Dodd P? SA, how you doing? Okay, I need to check something real quick, you guys. Give me a second. There we go. Joey, welcome back, Joey. How soon do you anticipate we drop below 50k? I don't know, man. We're looking fairly bullish still, you know, short term, but you know me. I'm leaning bearish for a little bit longer. Little bit longer. Dodd P says AAA trades still believe in H-bar and XRP. Could you join their live tomorrow? Maybe I could, but I'm not gonna try to convince somebody that they're wrong about something. They're gonna have to ask me what they think about it all. There we go. Now that seems to work. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track. We're testing some stuff here. I'm trying to keep track on the third screen here on the side. But hey, let's switch it over for Kick and Twitch viewers at least, so you can see the charts properly. I know that YouTubers can see the charts too. But throw me your questions. I know we have kind of a weird day today. Rad, what do you think about investing into Oracle now? You mean any Oracle in the crypto space or specifically Oracle? Or are you talking about a stock? There are different things. So we have the asset class, which is oracles for the crypto space. You've got a stock called Oracle, I believe. So let's see, I'm gonna scroll here. You can see everybody joining. Oh gosh, yeah, I really hate doing this on the phone. Okay, I need responses from my team somewhere. Hey Nicholas, how you doing? How are you finding the YouTube? Are you watching the YouTube stream on your phone? Bjorknert, what's up, brother? Hey Rob on Kick as well, and on Twitch. Let me just minimize this thing and hopefully we can see it working. Bjorknet, how do you think it looks on... Nicholas, how did you know? Well, I can see your the YouTube logo next to your name, sir. But are you watching on your phone or are you watching on your computer? Because the layout is obviously in phone format for YouTube right now. And so we're just testing that. It's the first time we're testing it, and I want to see if it's working. Phone? Okay, it's looking good. Hope it does. I did try hard to make the overlay look decent. Talix, what is in your hand? Mouse? And snooze. Actually, where's my cool pen? Oh, there it is. I have a cool pen, see? I usually mess around with this pen when I'm talking because it makes me feel smart. Alright, Nicholas is on his phone, that's good. So you guys, if you're on TikTok, you can actually watch us on YouTube on your phone right now as well. And hopefully that will be good. Did you see the World Cup? No, I don't have time to watch sports all that much. But since I'm Swedish, I now have to cheer for the Norwegians, I suppose. After all, the Swedish national anthem is about the North, not specifically Sweden. So the Swedish national anthem is about living in the North. Right? So that's Finland, Sweden, Iceland, and Norway. So therefore I need to cheer for them, I guess. Lotfit, what's Bitcoin doing? Oh, you know, it's doing Bitcoin stuff. It's holding up pretty good. In Phil's hands are the hopes and dreams of literally some people. It seems like it sometimes, Rob. It seems like it. But yeah, no, Bitcoin is... I'm going to switch over just to look at the charts here a little bit on TikTok as well. There we go. That should be a decent view. No, Bitcoin is kind of just... it's doing its thing. We have an obvious slowdown of pace here, I think, or momentum. Got some pretty good bottom wicks on Bitcoin, though. So that would suggest that we have momentum to the upside still. But we are nearing this resistance. Are we going to get stuck here or there? I don't know. I'm waiting for this to either play out or not. And so, yeah, I'm kind of just watching it right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm watching it. I'm just keeping my eye on it. So, there you go. What is that screener? Mafkos, this is just the layout we have on Twitch and Kick right now. And this is what you're seeing on YouTube if you're on YouTube. Unfortunately, TikTok is making things difficult for us. And therefore, this is what we got for TikTok. I'd like it to be the same as YouTube, but it is what it is. So, we'll have to live with it. So, throw me your questions. I got you. I try to always answer every single question. Nicholas said that Argentina just won against Egypt 3-2. Cool, man. Good for Argentina. Isn't that where that guy, the best football player in the world, plays? What's his face again? Messi? I don't do sports, guys. I know, I'm weird. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. But maybe I should. Yeah, Messi. I wonder. I've built in some new alerts, custom-made alerts on all the platforms. So once we do get a follow, it's gonna do a thing, and I want to know what that looks like and if it actually works. I did test it, so it should work, but you never know. So if you haven't followed on YouTube or Twitch or anything yet, or Kick, please do so, because then I can see if it actually works. Okay, there we go. What are we doing here on TikTok, guys? I see you're all coming in. What happened to all the questions that we used to have? Nicholas, I'm going to resubscribe then. Okay. Yeah, try that and see if it works. Hey Jay, how you doing? How are you doing, sir? I'm wondering if we should... let's see. Hype is still trending. Oh, I guess it's red the last 4 hours. Nicholas, I just resubscribed. Yeah, I didn't do anything. I think it doesn't work when you have like a resubscribe thing. I think it's just the first time that somebody subscribes, maybe. But if you do it on Kick or Twitch, it should work. I should be able to see it if you're not followed there already, of course. Of course. I see Jay is in TikTok as well. And on YouTube. Hello, Jay. Oh, that's cold. That is indeed cold. Okay. I don't have TikTok or Twitch. Alright, Nicholas. I'll try it on Kick then, if you have Kick. Or we'll just wait until somebody actually finds us and subscribes or follows or whatever. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. I'm gonna flip this over. Because we are looking at hype right now. It seems like this whole thing that I was talking about is actually playing out, but in a weird way. I think we're still waiting for hype to start fighting that 77, between like 74 and 77 price action again, and see if it's just gonna, you know, get into this orange bit or not. I think that's visible. The orange stuff is visible on TikTok as well, right? But yeah, I feel like hype is very strong still. You know, we're looking at ETH. It looks pretty strong as well in the past couple of hours, or couple of days rather. TRX is looking much stronger than everything. TRX is still kind of creating that little bit of a sideways, kind of a bear flag almost. But it's looking pretty okay. See if TRX hits... see 33.5 cents again, then we'll see. But Love and Light TV, how you doing there on Kick? How's your face? How's stuff? Is everything working? Everything whole? Let's see. BNB is still looking pretty nasty. But Solana is looking pretty good too. We're getting a bull flag on Solana right now on the 4 hour. Pretty good one too, especially because it's outside of this parallel channel. This kind of proves to me that the parallel channel has been kind of ignored. But yeah, we do have some volume right here, so it's good that Solana is actually staying up here and not kind of collapsing down. Bitcoin's looking much more boring, but again, yeah, Bitcoin decides where we're going, right? So let's flip this back, see if I can catch if I missed any question. Love and Light on Kick says, did I miss anything? No, brother, I don't think so. You missed the intro, but that's fine. I'm hoping that we get a new follower or subscriber or anything on any of the platforms, so I can see if my Twitch or my alerts that I've made work. It's 17 different alerts. Hey, Mr. King Watts, how you doing? How you doing there on TikTok, sir? But yeah, I made 17 different alerts. They're all custom made, so it should, like, if somebody like shares on Twitch, like bits on Twitch, it should play a thing on the screen. If somebody subscribes on Twitch, same thing. If somebody becomes like what do you call it, like a mega member or whatever or something on YouTube, it should do the same. There's a bunch of different things. Nicholas, how does crypto work? It depends on which crypto you're talking about, my friend. If you're talking about blockchains, that's a whole different story to a token, for example. But yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. And Jay says as well here on YouTube, if you have any questions, just ask, guys. Like I'm making sure to answer everything. How does Bitcoin work? Well, I'll try to simplify it as much as I can. All right. So, if you imagine that you have, I'm going to use real world examples here. Okay. If you have, say, a bank, and every bank has a digital, say, book where they keep records of all the people that they that are their customers, and they keep track of your name, your account number, your how much money you have in the account, when you transfer things out, when somebody transfers things to you. It's basically a ledger, right? That's what banks does. Bitcoin does the same thing, but nobody controls it, right? So if a bank's servers goes down or they get hacked or whatever, then it's done. But Bitcoin does the same thing without any ownership, anyone who can control that ledger. So it just keeps track of everything. It's the same thing, really. So basically, Bitcoin is just a ledger filled with transactions that keeps track of who owns what. It keeps track of which address has what, how they have transacted, and the history is always there. So you can't remove the data from it once it's been written into the blockchain. It can't be changed ever. It's there forever, which means that you can't actually cheat. If a bank decided that they wanted to play with their books, so to speak, they could. They could go in, they could move things, they could delete it, they could do basically whatever they wanted. But with Bitcoin, you can't do that, and thus Bitcoin is safe in that sense. So that's the simplest way I can actually explain that to you. But that tells me you're pretty new to crypto, right? I would assume, rather. I'm just gonna open my door because this door is not letting any cold air in here, and my AC is on, so it should, but it's not. So give me a sec. There we go. Let's see. Love and Light on Kick says, how is Solana today? Solana's doing pretty good today. It's looking pretty strong. So Solana is actually fighting these sell orders up here. See, we have a bunch of volume right here, which now lines up with this. So if we were, and it lines up with a bunch of other stuff too as well, like here. So if we were to turn on the let's see if I have it already here. VRVP. No, I don't have that one on. Where's the other one? VPVR. Okay, I don't have it open. Give me a sec. I'll open it. VPVR. For those of you who are watching us on Kick and Twitch, you should be able to see the VPVR right now. I just realized that everyone on YouTube cannot see it because we are streaming vertical today. But if I do that fast, you can see the volumes right there. But yes, so we have volume up here, and this is what Solana is fighting to regain now. If we zoom out more, we can see it even better. Let me see if I can do this, and I'll edit this. Need to go to the settings. We go for 250 rows. Then we'll get on the daily. We'll be able to see the volume much better. Oh, come on, slow. There we go. There's the volume I'm talking about, and I'm gonna try to show this to you guys on Twitch, on TikTok as well. So we have a bunch of volume here, as you can see. And sorry for you guys on YouTube, but I'll do this really quick. Be ready? 1, 2, 3, go. There you go. There's the volume. It lines up with this area right here. So Solana is heading towards this peak right now, and once it gets above that peak, it's going to be able to roll through that pretty quickly. At least until it gets up to this white line to retest these two tops. And from there, we'll see what happens. If it breaks, I mean, the obvious target here for Solana is to try to get past these orange bits right here, which lines up with all the volume. And if Solana breaks through that, then the next target is going to be this white line, the double top. If it breaks through that, it's going to go all the way up to this red area right here, which is from all of this volume up here. All that's a range. Bitcoin was already there, you know, during this trend, Bitcoin reached all the way up here. And so, it was Solana that was slow, but now Solana is fast and Bitcoin is being slow. If you look at Bitcoin, you can see the same thing here. I know it's cluttered on the screen, just bear with me. But Bitcoin also has all that volume around here, around this area. That's why you have this little orange blip here that comes from this mountain of stuff. The yellow mountain of volume, but like, if Bitcoin can't get past this, we don't have to worry about any of this stuff up here anyway. But the obvious target would be to come back up to this, if we do get above all this, but I don't think we will. You know, we have momentum right now, but it's still, I'm not convinced. I'm gonna have to turn off this VPVR. There we go. So, yeah, for Bitcoin is being, you know, it's wicking. It's being volatile around the top. You can also see how this trend is kind of slowing down, becoming volatile. That generally means that we're slowing down to come back down again. Admin on YouTube says Bitcoin, please. Well, we're looking at Bitcoin, brother, at least now. So you probably asked that before I switched, right? But there we go. Nicholas, by the way, what are you doing? I'm standing here talking to you guys. That's what we want. That's the fun stuff. You know? That's what we do. No worries, admin. Make sure you follow us if you haven't already. Or subscribe, as it's called on YouTube. But yeah, you can definitely see we're slowing down. We get a lot of volatility. And it's kind of just starting to lean over. So on the 1 hourly right now, you can see it, you know, peak, and then it's turning down again. So, you know, I don't think this is going to last unless we just continue on pumping here, but we'll see what happens. Just got to keep our eyes on this stuff at the moment. I might go to the 1 minute just for funsies. So we can watch the 1 minute charts. It's doing the same thing on the 1 minute, right? Slowing down. So, what's the fib say on this though? Yeah, not much. But there we go. There we go. We can look at that. Let's see if I missed anything on... let's see, AJ83 on TikTok says, Good evening, sir. Can you look at the chart of Sui? Yeah, we can, brother. It's not much to see there, though. This would be Bitcoin on the 1 minute, so on Sui... We head over to Sui and look at the daily, first of all. Yeah, Sui's not looking very good. It's failing to come above this old trend, which is derived from these bottoms right here. This is on the daily charts, right? It's starting to fail under that, which is not a good sign. Obviously, like I always say, it's up to Bitcoin what happens with the market. But in the past couple of days, when everything else has kind of been, or everything else, a lot of the other stuff has been doing pretty well. Sui is just coming down. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sui anymore. I'm not gonna lie. It's died on me a little bit. Nicholas on YouTube says, is there a crypto called Dogecoin? Yes, it is, and it's just a meme coin, and it doesn't have any particular value as a chain because it doesn't really do anything useful. You know, all the things that don't do anything useful are kind of redundant, and it doesn't make any sense to buy them. It's kind of like if you needed, hold on, Hockey Papa, hello, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you again. JB, how does Terranode help anything? I don't know. Don't even know what that is, to be honest. Even Imenti says, will Bitcoin go above 64,200? I hope it will dump. It's such a small move, but like we've already been above that. Even it's just you know, when you're looking at things that zoomed in, it's just noise, you know. If you're a trader on the 1, 5, 15 minute, then okay, I get it. But like it's just noise, and it's really hard to say, like, is it gonna go up like 0.4%? Like, probably for a moment. And it's like it's kind of pointless. So yeah, I'd say zoom out. The next target we have above our heads, which would be like proper resistance, would be somewhere between 65 and 66k, which comes from let me see, flip this, which comes from this right here, right there, and that would put you almost at around 66, 65 something if it decides it needs to go there. But everything beyond that is kind of just noise. Nicholas' wife Nicholas, is there also a crypto called Joe coin? I believe so. Yeah, it's like a meme coin for Joe. What's the former president called again? Joe. Yeah, I think it's that, but it's useless. There's only really Nicholas. There's only really like 6 cryptos that are actually worth looking at. And if you see, since you're on YouTube, if you look right there, you can see that says beta assets. And this is going to go around to give you the dead assets, which is in red, and then the alpha assets, which are in green. And those green ones are the ones that are pretty much, you know, the top quality assets on the market, in our opinion, in our humble opinion. So I'd keep my eye on those. Everything else is just shit, basically. C6 and says Bitcoin is not done pulling back. It's got major liquidity below 61. I was referring to a crypto of emoti guy. Well, Nicholas, like I said, most cryptos are just useless. So these greens one up here, these green ones, the alpha assets, they are worth having a look at. Love and Light TV on Kick says, wondering where Solana will go. It's a good question, man. A lot of people wonder that too. Over time, it'll go up. Going down, it might do that too. It depends on what Bitcoin does, really. If Bitcoin decides to fall over here, then yeah, it's probably gonna fall off. It's Sharpness. What's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to YouTube. Our first vertical stream test. How you doing, sir? I see you got your first words. Make sure you subscribe, because then we can see if our alerts are working or not. I don't know if they are. It was such a weird setup. I made a bunch of custom ones, and they got weird fast, you know. Sharpness, what is this? Can you explain, please? Well, what are you asking? What we are doing here, or are you asking what's on the screen above you, or above my head? So basically, this is just Bitcoin's price action right now, and so I'm streaming because I want to help people figure out how the crypto space works. It's educational content, basically. People can come here, ask a bunch of questions. I will give you the best answers I can. And I'll try to save you from making mistakes that a lot of people do when they try to get into investing, especially in the crypto market. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the crypto market. If you're new to it, it's really dangerous to get into it. If you don't have somebody actually trying to help you for real instead of trying to make money on you. Let's see, my bedroom looks like AI right now. Okay, why is that, Nicholas? Thank you for the share there, Anastasia, on TikTok. Love and Light TV on Kick says, I'm hearing people talk more about meme coins. What is that, and does it really give more profit? Like, meme coins are basically like trading penny stocks. They are, generally speaking, useless, and it's all about getting in the right moment and getting out fast. You know, there are people that are streaming on like Kick and Twitch, and a lot of them, what they do is basically just stream when they trade brand new shit coins that do absolutely nothing. It's like they trade liquidity only and momentum, and that's all they care about. So they see a new coin come out. If they see enough liquidity in the beginning, they would get in. I'm not a professional with this stuff. There are guys out there that are really good at it, but it's like, it's literally gambling. If you're doing meme coins, you might as well go to a casino and throw dice, you know. It's much easier and much more rewarding and much safer to actually trade things that have value, like Bitcoin. You know, it's pretty predictable when it comes to Bitcoin. It actually does what it should be doing according to the analysis, while meme coins can do whatever it wants. It's just completely random. It's pure luck to win on meme coins, really. So yeah, I'd say people talk about meme coins, but it's just a hype wave, and then it just goes back into being shit. So I stay away from it entirely, if I'm being honest with you. Nicholas says it just looks really nice. Cool, bro. I like it. Join the Discord and share a picture, brother. See, Sharpness says, okay, that's better than those YouTubers only doing who most pay on scanner. Yeah, you know, it's like we have a whole business built around educating people and building and providing tools on our website for people that want to make their life easier as an analyst. And so we're doing that while other people are kind of just sitting there trading, live trading, and telling people that they need to trade meme coins. And everybody who starts trading meme coins just becomes, you know, a pocket for the meme coin traders that have experience to actually do it. And you know, have liquidity to take from. Zach on TikTok says, I'm shorting from 64 to A58. Cool, man. That might be a good short. C6 Ant says, take a look at MicroStrategy starting to break down again. I'm expecting Michael Saylor to dump more. It might, man. There's no point looking at it. It will fall according to news, and people are kind of being funny with Michael Saylor right now, which is like, for me, that's just kind of, you know, a long-term noise. Let's see, Zach falling wedge on the daily. Yes, currently, but it also hasn't topped out yet. We don't know if that's the top yet, so we can draw one now, the falling wedge, Zach. But we can also leave it be, because it's also, let me flip this, it's also a parallel channel here, potentially. And that lines up pretty nicely with that resistance from back here. So I'm keeping my eye on this. I'm not saying this is a falling wedge yet, because that means we're assuming that this peak has peaked out. It's potentially one, but I put more faith in this currently, which is basically the same thing. It just looks cleaner. VL, where are the charts? Right there. If you're on Twitch and Kick, it's gonna look like this for you. If you're on YouTube, it's gonna look like that. But for you, since you're on TikTok, it looks like this now. Zach says from 58 to 66 after. Okay, cool, man. Go for it. You might get a good trade there, man. You got this. Let's see. Let me see. Nicholas, can we check out Hype from YouTube? Yes, we can. We can. So Hype is basically still very close to all-time highs. But Hype is also playing out this channel, which is kind of janky, but it works. But what it basically has done now is create this bull flag. Or bull pennant would almost be a better word for it. But it's still a bullish pattern, so this should be breaking out, you know, like this. According to... let me switch it. Let me switch over on TikTok as well, so you can see it. There you go. So yeah, this should play out like this. We are expecting to hit this area of resistance. It's a lot of sell orders from these peaks here. And so, yeah, Hype is looking strong, and it's looking like it wants to make a bullish move. So then that's on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, it looks basically the same. Whoops. But yeah, I would still say it looks pretty strong here. And again, it depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin decides it wants to dump, then yeah, Hype is going to dump with it. That's just the way the crypto markets pretty much work. The next target for Hype, if we do pump, in my opinion, is something around this area. We have this trend line, we have a fib level at 115, and they meet up here at 115, 114. That could definitely be where it goes and starts finding resistance here. I have a take profit at $100, but that's just me front running everything, because I always front run things a little bit. Because in my experience, if you're too greedy, you tend to miss out. And I'd rather have 80% of my potential profits than 0. So, yeah. Did I miss anything here? VL says 90k before 60. Hey man, maybe, who knows? Nasman, what's up, dude? I see you. Alright, let's see. Love and Light. So what's different about Dogecoin, or is there any difference? Well, Dogecoin is just, it's a proof of work blockchain that doesn't do anything. Dogecoin does what Bitcoin does, but with less security, because there's much less hash power behind it. But yeah, Dogecoin doesn't really have any, like, I usually say if Dogecoin developers add smart contracts capability to Dogecoin, then cool. Then we have Kaspa, basically the same thing. But Kaspa is already proven to not be anything. What needs to happen is developers need to want to build on things. Even if Dogecoin got smart contracts, that doesn't mean that suddenly a bunch of developers would start building really useful things on Doge. They could be. It could be, but the likelihood of that is not very high. Oh, hey, Johnny and Seba on TikTok. Are you sure your mic is connected? No, it's not, because we're streaming to other platforms, Seba. You see, because TikTok is trying to actively ban us, so we decided to stream on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. So this is what you see on Kick and Twitch right now, and this is what you see on YouTube right there. So yeah, it's TikTok. They're actively trying to move us out of their. They're actively trying to move us away. So from the platform. So we have no choice, unfortunately. Let's see. Sharpness. Can you give me one tip? I want to start a YouTube channel for teaching video editing. How do we get reach on YouTube? Yeah, we're looking for. Hey, look, Seba joined us on. There you got to see. What did you guys think about the alert there? But Sharpness, baby, we're trying to figure out how to get reach on YouTube as well, sir. We really don't have a clue, but it seems like you're gonna get much more views from people scrolling shorts on YouTube. So streaming in vertical mode, which we are doing on YouTube right now, is probably better than streaming on horizontal view. It looks like, at least. So hopefully we can get some reach on YouTube here and start building a following on YouTube, so that we can start moving over from TikTok, because TikTok is doing their best to just remove us from their platform on purpose. So it is what it is. And Sebe, if you have Prime, consider putting that Prime subscription on us. Not that we need it as per such, but it's going to be much more fun, and it's cool to have more subscribers, right? On Twitch, more subscribers means cool. I think. Oh gosh, Gange Coin is back. Is it cool, Seba? Cool. I've missed some stuff heading to Twitch. Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good indeed. I want to keep my eye on this. Actually, I want to keep my eye on TRX, because TRX, I think, will probably do some good stuff here. It doesn't sound convincing when ending with "I think." Well, I can't make promises if I don't know, can I? .p. That would be weird. Saying that I know what's gonna happen is a lie. Right? Okay, Nicholas, we'll see you later, brother. Have a good one. What we talked about, if it was cool to have subs. Yeah, I think it's cool to have sub. It's an opinion. It's not I think it's cool to have many subs. It's an opinion. I can't say I know it's cool to have subs. Jay says that's the thing about being transparent with things. We know things are never certain. That's true. Gangai Coin, welcome back to the stream, buddy. How you doing? Thoughts on Sui? Well, you know, currently, in our opinion, Sui has become a beta asset due to the fact that it's lost basically 95% of its user base, which is not a good sign for something like Sui. That kind of proves that they don't have all that many developers building anything good. So yeah, Sui is a beta asset at this point, unfortunately. Food Channel says, why did you downgrade your live? Were you not showing the charts and all that on your live? Yes, we did, because every time we stream the charts and everything, we get restricted by TikTok, and they're trying to basically remove our channel from the platform. So they're actively trying to ban us. So instead, we're streaming this layout right now on Twitch and Kick, which is obviously much better than what we had on TikTok, and we're streaming this to YouTube right now. Right, so Food Channel, if you want to see higher quality stream, just go follow us on one of those platforms. The link is in the bio. Because unfortunately, yeah, as soon as we try to do anything like high quality on TikTok, they basically try to ban us. Crypto Glenn, you're good if you stream from TikTok Studio, just cut off the chart where it shows price. Yeah, we've done everything. We've tried about 600 different things. We've cut off the price. We streamed just I streamed like this through TikTok Studios, just my face, and they still restricted us for reproduced content because, well, they don't tell us why. Trust me, we have tried everything for months. For like a month and a half, we've been trying something new. We change something new in the stream every single time, and it still keeps giving us the same thing. And on Sunday, we streamed only on TikTok through TikTok Studios, and it was just my face like this, but in like high quality, nothing else, and they still restricted us for reproduced content. So there's nothing we can do anymore. I'm doing the last thing I can do now, which is to try to join an agency to see if they can give us a stream key so that we can stream through OBS instead of through TikTok Studios. And that's the only thing we can do. Yep. What's the username on Kick? You can find the links to all of our platforms in our bio here on TikTok. Landa, I'm in the TRX short trade. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna go up or down. I'm leaning towards whatever Bitcoin does, as usual. Whatever Bitcoin decides to do here is what's gonna determine what TRX and everything else does. However, I think TRX and Hype and Solana now as well are. If Bitcoin goes sideways, those three assets will probably be trending upwards, generally speaking. So, yeah. What's up, S? How you doing, man? Make sure you join us on the other platforms. You know where to go. Link in bio. Let's see. Love and Light on Kick says, even though Toncoin is a beta asset, is it possible to become an alpha asset? Do you have any predictions on Toncoin? All the beta assets has potential to maybe become an alpha asset. However, alpha assets or beta assets are, some of them are very weak beta assets compared to some of the ones that are really strong. Like Link is a very strong beta asset. Sui and Sei are also very strong beta assets. Ondo maybe also a pretty strong beta asset, but Ton or Gram, which it's called now, it's called Gram now because they changed it, is, you know, oh wait, why does it say someone? Walmart security followed us. That's good. Why is my alert saying someone when the name is Walmart security? It's a good name, by the way. Landa, what do you think about Zcash? Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't really. Hey, thanks for the follow there, West Painter on Twitch. Yep. Okay, Walmart. So Zcash is one of those things that are, for me, it's not really an investment. It's something you get because you believe that you need to have privacy. And I wouldn't buy it as an investment to make money. I would buy that just to be able to be anonymous, basically. And I don't think I need to be anonymous. So Zcash and Monero and those things are, for me, kind of not redundant, but not very important. And I don't see many people wanting to buy that as an investment. So not a lot of money will fall into that, I don't think. Let's see. S says, I'm seeing a trident reversal pattern on the 4-hourly. I'd love to know if you agree on your insight. A trident reversal pattern. Yeah. I mean, I agree on that, but I generally don't call it that. I just see this slowing down with a lot of volatility at the peak, which gives us the understanding that people are violently selling here. Not necessarily violently selling like that, but stuff is happening here. And the big wick we had down here was from the from Michael Saylor saying he sold 3,588 Bitcoin, I believe it was. So we had a reaction there, which turned around pretty quickly because people realized that it doesn't matter what Michael Saylor does anymore. But like, I can see a reversal here. I see it slowing down. I would have assumed that we would have hit this trend line and done that. But nope. So maybe this is the target, 65 to 66, somewhere around there, to be the actual target, you know. Food channel, you still see Bell? I don't know what you mean by that, my friend. Still see Bell? You still see below 45? I've never seen below 45. I have, my target has always been, I'll flip the camera for you there on TikTok so you can see it. My target has always been 48. Right here. the optimal bear bottom range right there, 48, because we have the CVDD at 48.2 and the realized price at 53. This is that box right there that lines up with all the buying pressure down here. So yeah, no, I don't see 45. Let's see, S. Yeah, lots of liquidations at 65. That's why I'm holding off. Right. Carl, have you regained any points on TikTok yet? Yes, 2 points per day I think we're getting every time I stream on my phone. So unfortunately you guys have to suffer from the weird sound and the bad quality on the stream while we try to regain our points. Food channel, are you still seeing it go to 48? Yes, that's yeah. Yes, I still see that. Landa says just in, US revokes license that allowed Iran to sell oil. Well, there we go. Source is probably X. Oh, and West Painter, I can't remember if I said thanks for the follow there on Twitch or not, but thank you. Let's see. Love and Light on Kick says is it good to trade alpha coins, or might as well trade Bitcoin? All the alpha, look, in my experience, trading is best, at least when you're doing long-term trading. Like, you know, you have a trade open for like weeks instead of just a day. If you have a trade open for like a couple of weeks or a couple of months even, then absolutely it's best to trade the fundamentally strong projects, which would be, you know, the alpha projects, because they are more predictable in their moves, especially Bitcoin. And like, you know, I do coin margin using my spot bags as margin. So I just, you know, we have a good price on something, I accumulate, and then I use some of that to open those trades on the alpha assets. You know? And so, yeah. I think my response to that is trade alpha always. I don't touch anything except the alpha coins. I don't care if there's a good opportunity on a beta asset or on one of the dead assets or one of the meme coins, because they are extremely unpredictable. And so it's much harder to trade them, which just makes you sometimes lose. Like, since I started trading back in... Well, since I said that I was going to start trading and not just investing back in 2024, I've only traded with coin margin. And 2024 was a crazy year. I made 8,000% with 21 or 22 trades on coin margin, just Bitcoin and a little bit of Solana. I think it was like 4 trades on Solana, the rest was Bitcoin. In 2025, I didn't really have time to trade at all. I think I made like 4 trades, and it was still, I think it was like 400 and something percent, 400 or 500% that year. But that's just from some small positions that I took that I didn't really have time to, you know, do anything with, because we're building our website, you know, we're building CryptoTalks.Network, the platform, everything. And then 2026, I've not done any trading at all. I don't have the time for it anymore. Well, that's not true, actually. I've been accumulating a big position, as you guys know, on Bitcoin, on Solana, on BNB, on TRX, on Hype, and on Ethereum. I've been building big positions during this down move. And so, there you go. Pakna on YouTube says, maybe if you did some kind of performance at the same time as juggling, TikTok won't ban you. Maybe I should stream, maybe instead of talking, I should sing. I should do my death metal vocals the whole time. You know, like, you know, I'll do my zombie screams when people ask me questions. I'm just like, I do my zombie screams and people go like, whoa. But then that's a performance, right? But I don't think a lot of people want to see me do death metal vocals instead of talking when they ask questions. Yuki says, sir, please analyze Sol. Yes, we can do that. Ribe says, please don't do that. Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure people don't want to see me do death metal vocals while I stream. Might be entertaining. I think most people would just get scared. or be like, that guy's weird, and then leave. But Yuki, yeah, this is the analysis for and you can't see it because you're on TikTok. If you go to the other platforms, you'll be able to see a much better layout. But yeah, Solana is currently building a pretty nice bull flag right here. While it's kind of breaking out of this resistance that we got through, we're sitting on top of it. So for Solana, it looks pretty bullish. But again, like I always say, if you're not getting if you're not watching Bitcoin, it's not going to be very good. The Bitcoin will decide the direction of most assets. Solana is currently pumping while Bitcoin is kind of moving up a little bit, but Bitcoin moves much less. So just keep your face or your eyes on Bitcoin, really, if you're a little bit of a longer term guy. I'm gonna switch back this camera flip. There we go. Nicholas on YouTube says, can we check out NEAR? Yeah, we can, of course. NEAR USDT. We'll do it on Binance. So yeah, NEAR, we have an old trend line here that we made a while back. I'm expecting that to hit, but you can see the trend on NEAR is pretty sad, to be fair. Sorry, TikTok, I need to keep flipping back and forth. This stupid camera on my phone, it doesn't really work. But yeah, NEAR has had this little trend here. I wouldn't say that I think this is gonna hold. If we go down to it, I don't know if NEAR is gonna hold. NEAR got one of those not random pumps, but they got one of those pumps that doesn't last. That usually happens to beta assets. You know, where it suddenly just starts moving up and everyone's like, wow, look, NEAR is doing stuff, and then people talk about NEAR for a couple of weeks, and then when the smart money has rotated out of it, it starts dying down, and then suddenly it's dead again, you know, which is why you have this kind of big move up and then slow churning down, and then overall the general trend is basically just down, as you can see, right? So yeah, I like NEAR is a beta asset, but it doesn't have an ecosystem. It has almost nothing in the ecosystem. So there's nothing that fundamentally makes it powerful and strong. So these moves on NEAR are, generally speaking, just random pumps for no reason. So yeah, Nicholas, it's a beta asset for a reason, you know. .p says short squeeze pump on NEAR, I suppose you mean. Yeah. And .p, I thought you were gonna watch us on YouTube and all those other platforms, brother, because it's hard for me to keep track of TikTok. Pakna, why they change on YouTube with the screens? Well, so vertical streaming, like we do on TikTok, gets shared to new people way more than horizontal streaming does, and we want to try to build a good, we want to try to build a kind of good reach on YouTube as well, and it's the only platform that allows us to stream to shorts, right? And so if Pakna, if you want to look at the full layout, go watch us on Twitch or Kick. Twitch is probably going to be the best experience for you. Interesting. Wonder why? It's because people use their phones a lot, right? And so short or phone specific content gets much more views. You know, people generally sit with their phones rather than sitting at the computer, most people, and so it's just better. Farid Malik official, what's up, dude? Welcome to YouTube, sir. Bitcoin USDT, please. Sure, it's on the screen, sir. What do you want to know about it? What are you wondering about? Nicholas, can we check out BTH? BTH is a shit coin. I wouldn't even touch that. That's what I have to say about that. Let's see. Poker on TikTok says, "What's your opinion on what Clarity Act pass or fail this month does for Bitcoin?" It's not gonna do much. Okay, so the Clarity Act, you have to remember, you guys. The Clarity Act is already priced in like months ago, months and months ago, and so. I just sneezed. That was me. I was the one that sneezed. It was not you. If you're confused, it was me. Okay. So poker, Clarity Act. So the Clarity Act is already priced in. It got priced in within a couple of, like, I don't know, 2-3 months after it was announced that it was going to be a thing. That was then priced in. Now, a lot of inexperienced users that haven't allocated money yet are waiting for the news to drop that it's gone through, and that's when the smart money dumps. So the short-term reaction of the Genius or the Clarity Act going through is likely going to be volatility on the up and downside. Just whoop for a couple of days, maybe even just one day, and then the market is going to carry on as nothing ever happened. That's what that does. Okay, because that means that new money that didn't allocate before are gonna see it go through. They're gonna allocate money, and that's when the smart money starts selling into that liquidity. So the price goes for a while, and then it just picks a direction. If not enough money buys at when it's announced and clubbed through, then it's going to go down. If more money is going to buy than the people that are selling at that point, then it's going to move up. But it's not going to explode, and we're not going to get like, Clarity Act is put through, and then we're going to get like a super hard pump or anything like that. That's very unlikely that that's going to happen. And we're also likely not going to have a big dump either. It's basically just going to be sideways and boring. Usually, it's what happens. However, the Clarity Act is bullish. Is a bullish momentum thing that adds more bullishness to the market overall. So it's not a bad thing. Over time, it's going to be adding more money and more liquidity to the crypto market, right? So that's basically what that is. What that's gonna do. Love and light. So I can day trade Bitcoin or any alpha asset. You can day trade whatever you want. I personally just find it easier to trade alpha assets because they are predictable. They make predictable price moves, right? I just find it to be easier, especially Bitcoin. Nicholas, can we check out Link? What do you want to know about Link? You want to see the price action, Nicholas? Because the price action on Link is boring. And I'll be honest, the only reason to why Link is not an alpha asset, I mean, it generally speaking, like, Link is an alpha asset, but the price action on it is it's extremely boring. It's like Link has found its fair value around this range between like $5 and $30, and it's just gonna keep moving between that for a long time. I think, we're barely gonna get a higher low on the bear market here. And the high for the next bull, I don't know. So Link for me is a very good asset, but it's kind of just sitting there, Dodd says AVAX has decent daily active addresses, 600k higher than ETH. Yes. So what you do there is you also need, when you're looking at ETH, you need to add all the layer 2s to ETH as well, where you use ETH to pay for transaction fees on those layer 2s. So then you have to add those into it, like we discussed a couple of months ago, if you remember, Dodd. But also, look at chain revenue, .p. If you go to AVAX and you look at chain revenue, you can do that on Artemis, and you can do it on our website too, I think. If you go in there and you look for chain revenue, you're going to see how much money is being spent to use by those 600,000 users. And so chain revenue, compare that to ETH and see what the difference is there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's a good comparison to make, you know. Let's see, now, so regarding AI coins, which one do you predict will do well? I have both Near and Tau, but I don't think you like either. I like both of them as beta assets, but Now, when it comes to AI coins, you just need to look at which blockchains are going to be used to do transactions on for AI. And the big leader in that is Solana. You look for different oh gosh, you look for different God, I completely lost my entire thing here. I don't even remember what the question was. Oh right, sorry Partner. You look for blockchains that have integrated the X402 payments protocol and the MPP, right? The MPP is the machine payments protocol. If you want to, you can look at our TikToks. Pakna, I know you follow us on TikTok. You need to look at the 2 pinned videos on TikTok that we have on our profile there. No, it's not the 2 pinned. It's one of the new videos at least. Have a look at those, all of them. We talk about the MPP there. .p, but you kind of don't like AVAX. I mean, AVAX is a blockchain. There's nothing to dislike. The only reason I'm not very bullish on AVAX is because the ecosystem is tiny. It's basically non-existent. But you know, the world is going to be multi-chained. I just don't want to be in the less than like the big movers, right? Let's see, Nicholas, what's TRX on YouTube? Let's see, Nicholas, what's TRX? TRX is Tron. Okay, Tron. Pakna, so I'm confused. If the alpha assets are going 3 to 4x, then why is Link not an alpha? Well, Link, see, that's what I'm saying. Link is a very slow mover. It's not a very strong mover, like in terms of how it trends and everything. If you look at the other alpha assets and the price action, you compare it to Link, it's suddenly a whole new picture. If you look at what Bitcoin, so this is Link on the screen, right? Bitcoin made 700%. Oh shit. Kutsote on YouTube says I just blew $246 trading gold. I'm going back to 9 to 5. Hey man, you can get it back. Anyway, so Link made a 550% move from the absolute perfect bottom of the bear market, right? Solana during the same time moved 3,600%. Ethereum moved less than those. They moved 468, but Ethereum is a much stronger asset compared to Link. BNB moved from the bear market bottom. That's not there. That's there. Nope, that is not there. That's here. From the bear market bottom low to the peak moved 648%. TRX is still trending. You see, this is the difference. If we take TRX, here's a good example. If you take TRX and you add Link, that's the difference. Logarithmic. So here's the difference basically. Come on, Link, don't. Hold on. This is the difference in price action. Let me just set this up so it's correctly showing. This is the difference between TRX and Link during a bull run, right? This is why TRX is an alpha asset. It's got a perpetual bid on it, you see? People just keeps bidding. Even during this entire flat area where Link has gone sideways and down, it's been trending upwards. See, that structure is very different, right? And so, yeah, Link is kind of a boring asset in that sense. That's why I'm not putting it in alpha. Let's see. Kutso, do you trade prop firm accounts? No, I don't. A friend of mine owns a prop firm, but I don't use them because I feel like they're basically not a scam, but if you really think about how it works compared to how it works to trade your own money, trading your own money gives you much more freedom and much more risk management, and a lot of stuff. So I stay away from prop firms because it locks me into a bunch of specific rules. Let's see, Love and Light on Kick says, so if I were to trade, is it important to always look at Bitcoin? I think so, because like I said, Bitcoin decides the direction of the market, generally speaking. There are some differences sometimes, but if everything is pumping and Bitcoin is sideways and Bitcoin suddenly decides to dump, believe me, the rest of the market will dump with it, right? Kutsu says, Jay, I did learn I once flipped a $20 account all the way to $4,568 in just a day, trading synthetic indices and derivatives. Cool, man. But like I said, you know, sometimes you lose and sometimes you win. If you make a bad trade one day, it's like, okay, we had a bad day. We go back and we trade again tomorrow, and you're probably gonna do well again. As long as you follow your rules and you do everything right, you're good. You're good. Kutsu, make sure you follow us so we help us grow on YouTube, because you found us on YouTube, Kutsu, but we are moving away from TikTok, where we grew a big following, but TikTok is trying to destroy our platform, so we need to move to different ones. Hey Ryby, what's up, dude? I am surprised to see you on TikTok now that you've already joined us on YouTube and everything. Put all my Bitcoin on a centralized exchange is safe, bro. It depends on. I usually say, if you have money on a centralized exchange and you start feeling like, man, I have a lot of money in this, then once you start feeling like there's a lot of money, then I would move some of it out, right? Ryby, that's what I think. Let's see. Kutsu says, I think winning trades come with a positive feeling state. Of course it does. And that's the danger as well. Something that so I'm currently writing a book. I just finished proofreading my book on market psychology, and a thing that happens a lot is that when people are trading and they're doing really well for a while, they start getting very sure of themselves, and they start thinking like they're much better traders than they actually are, and stuff like that. I'm not saying that's happening to you, Kutso. I'm just saying that's a thing that happens to a lot of people. And so that positive feeling of like, oh man, I'm doing so well, and you just keep trading and keep trading and keep trading, and you start making bigger positions and taking more risk and stuff because you think that you're very good, and then suddenly, boom, and it liquidates like a big position for you. Then suddenly it's like, damn. So that positive feeling is actually equally as dangerous as revenge trading, you know? It's like if you're trading and you're having a bad day, a lot of people, they go into revenge trading, which means that, you know, they feel bad and they just want to try to like win back the losses that they made during the day. And that usually results in more losses because you kind of FOMO into a position that instead of doing your analysis. But the same thing can actually happen when you're happy and you're like doing very well. And so it's something that happens a lot, is that, you know, you trade and you're doing really well and you're like, damn man, I should open bigger positions, I can make more money. And then you start opening big positions, you start taking more risk, and you're still winning. And then suddenly, boom, you end up in a super shitty trade and like, oh crap. And then you liquidate everything that you made that day. or even worse. Sometimes you liquidate the whole account, and that's something that's I think very important to talk about when it comes to trading and investing and everything. That you're describing me right now, exactly. Because that happens to everybody. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. It does happen. So I think it's very important to keep that in mind. That okay, I'm doing really well now, but I'm still gonna position myself well. I'm still gonna keep to my analysis. I'm not gonna do a bunch of extra stuff, etc. Right? And so, yeah, it does happen. So be careful. If you're doing really well, continue being careful, continue following your rules, and you should be doing just fine. Right? It's when you get overconfident that bad things happen. In the same way that when you lose a lot and you try to revenge trade, it's the same kind of reaction that happens, which is a bummer, but it's the reality of doing this stuff. So there you go. Kutso, by the way, how did you find us on YouTube? Did you just scroll on shorts and found us randomly? I'd like to know, because this is our first time doing one of these streams where it's horizontal on YouTube, and I'm interested in knowing how people found us. There we go. Let's see. YouTube just recommended me your stream out of the blue. Cool. That is exactly what we want. Because I'll tell you what's happening right now, Kutso. We've been streaming on TikTok for the past couple of months, and we've grown by 30,000% in 3 months, I think it is, or 4 months. So our growth rate has been 30,000%. So we've been growing really fast on TikTok. But TikTok hates us now suddenly, and they're trying their very best to basically remove us from the platform. So every time we try to stream, they cancel us. They cancel our reach. They try to hide us from others so people can't find us. They do all these things, and it's not good, And so we decided we were gonna try to stream to YouTube in the same format as on TikTok, because YouTube has the short stuff, and we're doing Twitch and Kick on like full scale layout. So it's just fun to see that people are actually finding us on YouTube now. Love and light, that makes sense. It does make sense. Do you mean the TikTok thing, or do you mean the psychological thing of trading and getting angry and revenge trading and all that kind of stuff? But Kutso, we're actually, you've never seen us before, but we have a website called CryptoTalks.Network where we build. So the whole point of us streaming is to show people that we have a website full of really awesome tools that you guys can use to analyze the markets in a better way. It's everything from Onchain analysis tools that save you like days of research. You basically just click a few buttons and you have like saved a week of research with Onchain metrics. We have tools for macroeconomic analysis with a bunch of indexes, a bunch of charts, a bunch of proprietary tools that give you like one number answers to complex questions, and etc. So yeah, we have a whole website full of things. So have a look at that. I think the link is in our bio on YouTube as well. I think I put that in. Not sure though. Okay, anyway, Richard Barry-Root, welcome back, my guy. Brett, talk about Bitcoin. How does it look just right now? Yeah, it's being boring. Now, but we're approaching some kind of a resistance here. It looks like we had a big dump yesterday when Michael Saylor decided to sell Bitcoin, and people shit their pants, and then they realized, oh, it's no problem. And then today we had a little bit of a dump, but we came back up again, and now we're coming down again. So I think what's happening is we're slowing down, which is, because we're approaching resistances, so we're slowing down. The question is it going to dump from here or not? I'm leaning bearish, Richard, because, yeah, I don't think we've hit our targets at the bottom yet. I think the target's going to be around 48 to 53. So, Richard, that's what I got for you, brother. You got the link tree there on YouTube from Jay to get to all of our platforms. Let's see. Do we have any people on TikTok saying anything fun? You guys are really asleep on TikTok nowadays. I don't blame you, to be honest. Everybody on TikTok, I don't blame you. The quality of the stream has gone from like top tier to just me streaming on my phone, and I'm sorry for that. That's just the reality of TikTok trying to destroy us. It is what it is. Hopefully we get to join some kind of agency and they can help us out. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens, really. By the way, Jay, can you watch the YouTube stream on your phone and just grab a screenshot and send it to me? Because I want to see what it looks like. See if the overlay is overlaying over something that's being covered for no reason or something like that. If there's anyone on their phone who wants to share a screenshot of the YouTube stream in the Discord, please do so I can just see what it looks like, because I can't look at it myself right now. I need to see if it's like covering something in the corners or if it's all visible or not. Please, thank you. Oh, Rob is sending something, I think. Hold on. Oh, it is covering. I'm gonna have to make it a bit smaller, I think. Okay. That's okay. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. So I'm gonna have to... Actually, I might be able to do that right now. Give me a moment, guys. Keep with me here. I'm gonna make an attempt here to fix this. No, actually... Have I been talking with a muted microphone in the stream the entire time and nobody said anything? Why did nobody say anything? I've been streaming for an hour and a half and nobody said that I was muted on YouTube. Come on, my friends, what's that? Why? Not the entire time. I must have accidentally clicked the button then. That's funny. Alright. Cool. Well, now it works. That's hilarious that nobody said anything until now. I wonder how long. I must have accidentally clicked a button on my keyboard or something. It started when you tried to resize the window. Oh, okay, Akonda, alright. And by the way, hi Akonda, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Do we know you from any of the other platforms, or did you just randomly find us on YouTube, sir? Or ma'am, or sir, or ma'am? It's hilarious, actually. You try to fix something in the stream and it just goes... just crap. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, guys, if you're new, please do follow us or subscribe, so I can show off my cool alerts that don't have any sound, unfortunately, but they look cool on the screen at least, I think, maybe. A little bit, tiny bit. Okay, so note to self, don't touch the stream while you're streaming. It will mess up the sound. Got it. That's actually quite funny. I might actually have to sit down for a bit. My back hurts. I've been standing up for too long today. There we go. I can say though that we have more viewers on YouTube, like reach type of views, compared to when we were doing horizontal streams. Oh, it's you, Carl. What's up, dude? Awesome. Thank you for popping in on YouTube. Make sure you follow if you didn't already. But yeah, oh, let's see. CKB. Where do you see TRX in 5 years conservatively? Oh man, that's a very hard question to say. Higher price than now, I think. I think it's very dangerous to try to put like a price prediction on something 5 years out. CKB, but I think it's gonna do pretty well. You're watching on TikTok here, so I'm gonna flip my camera so you can see what we have on Twitch and Kick and YouTube and stuff. We have this thing here in the stream, so we're streaming that to TikTok, or sorry, to Twitch and Kick, and we're streaming this to YouTube. So have a look there, and you'll see much better charts. Or stream layout, I guess. But CKB, yeah, I think it's very dangerous to try to put a specific price on something 5 years out. We haven't even found the bear market bottom yet, and so trying to find a peak 5 years out, I think is really dangerous. And I generally don't like the idea of trying to have a price prediction. I'd rather look for when the market is telling us that we're peaking, and then start layering out during those moments. You know, sell a little bit here. If we move higher, sell a bit more. Trying to have like a price prediction, I think is dangerous. I think it's dangerous. In my experience, it's been very dangerous to try to put a price prediction on something. Follow the market structure instead, and then whatever the price is, you know, it is what it is. Same thing goes for bear market bottoms. It's like, I don't even look at the altcoins. I look at Bitcoin, and then whenever I think it's time to buy Bitcoin, that's when I buy the altcoins as well. Because, you know, when Bitcoin decides to bottom out, everything else bottoms out at the same time. So, and it doesn't really matter what the price is. The price in a bear market bottom is much easier to locate than a peak. A peak is much more difficult. A bear market, you have a history to look back on in price action and in on-chain analysis and everything, but you don't have that luxury when it comes to finding the peaks. So you basically just listen to the market and sell accordingly, And I'm never the guy that sells everything all at once or buys everything all at once. It's very dangerous to do that too. See, Ivan, do you think that market will pull back again before a bull? Yeah. We're still trending down. Like, the overall trend right now is still down, and we haven't hit our targets yet from where we think the bear market bottom range is. We have hit the bottom range, but we haven't hit the bottom range of the bottom range, so to speak. Ivan, how are you anyways? I'm doing really good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? And by the way, since you're here on TikTok now, make sure you join us on Twitch and YouTube and Kick and everything, so you don't miss out, because we have much better quality stream there. If you look at this is what we got on Twitch and Kick, and this is what you're seeing on YouTube right now. We can't do that on TikTok, unfortunately, because they hate us now. So it's phone stream for now, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, but it's true. So there you go. What's the at? Ivan, go to our profile in TikTok and you'll have a link tree there that you can click to get to all of our different platforms. So just click the link tree in their bio. P, what agency are you with? I'm not with an agency yet. We've searched. I've researched it, and I've reached out to one of them that seems to be the best one, and we'll see what they say. Hopefully they give us some kind of help. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If we do get help and it does work out, then cool. We're gonna be full on streaming to TikTok along with everything else at the same time. Yeah. See, King Mots, what's Bitcoin doing now? Oh, it's kind of sitting there, man. It's doing the whole slow down and become boring type of thing. It might be creating a lower high right now in this trend on the 1 hourly. Does that mean that's it? I don't know, but we'll see. P, that was a good idea. Yeah, I thought so too. We'll see what happens. It's the last ditch effort to fix it for TikTok. See, Rybe on YouTube says, how about regulation tax crypto in your country? Well, since it's different in every country, I don't really want to talk about taxes, because if I say something here that fits what I'm doing, and then you guys, or people watching start saying like, oh, I can do that, but they're in a different country, then, that's not going to be a good thing. So I try to avoid talking about taxes and regulation, because it's just so different in every country. But yeah, it depends on what country you're in, man. And like I said, it's dangerous to talk about it in streams because people tend to think that a lot of things are the same for them, even though they're in a different country. So I'm careful with those things. Very careful. Let's see. Okay. Right. And I wonder how long it takes before we get a response from those agencies. Rybe, are you trading meme coins? No, never. I would never trade a meme coin. I might if there's like a huge pump in a meme coin and I know it's topping out, then I might short it, but that's it. But like, I don't mess with meme coins. It's so unpredictable. It's not something that I would do. like at all. What do we have here? Right, there we go. So it seems like the whole market is going red now. Today. TRX is still green, but it had a much stronger uptrend than everything else. Olotreb, much better look over here. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch looks really good. We have a really good layout on Twitch and Kick, for sure. For sure. But right now, it's all about the reach for us. It's like totally right now on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. We have 3, 6, 9, 20 viewers total across all platforms. So that's the crazy thing. When we were not restricted on TikTok, our streams were like 150 people just from TikTok, and it's like the difference in how fast we get growth is just insane. So we need to try to fix TikTok. We need to try to fix it. It's just ridiculous. Olotreb, so where do you want us the most? Wherever you want to see us, Olotreb. Wherever you think is best for you to watch. That's where you should be watching us. What's up, Russ? How you doing on TikTok there? So Olotreb, yeah, if you prefer Twitch, watch on Twitch, you know? And if you have Prime, consider using your Prime subscription to subscribe to us. Prime meaning if you have Amazon Prime. Doesn't make really much of a difference for us like as such, but you get more fun stuff to do on Twitch. And we're gonna start adding like things to do on Twitch with like as a subscriber. I just need to have time to figure that out. Pretty much. But I think I don't really know how it works on YouTube when it comes to like how a stream gets recommended. But it looks like you can leave a bunch of likes on YouTube, right? Is that true? Like how does that work? So on YouTube, is it the same as TikTok? You can spam likes and maybe people will, you know, like it. I'm not sure how that works. It looks like you can spam likes on YouTube as well. So maybe that's the same thing as it helps the... So if you want to help us grow on YouTube, join YouTube and start spamming the likes and see if it makes a difference to like how fast people can find us. I don't know. I really don't know. But if it works the same as TikTok, then cool. Let's do it. Don't you think TRX is due a pullback? I've been thinking that. So Olotreb, this is the problem for me with TRX is that I've been thinking TRX is gonna have a big pullback for like 2 years, but it's still just trending up, right? Damn. It still just continues to trend up, you know? It's like it just continues and continues and continues, and I'm like, God damn it, give me an entry somewhere, please, you know? But I finally got one at that white line there, so I got in there, but it's like... It's got that perpetual bid on it. Exactly, that's why I don't have any. Yeah, exactly. That's the... I know, you know? That's exactly the whole point. It's very difficult to find an entry on TRX. So eventually I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna get some here. I don't care. If it goes down, cool, I can buy more. But like, I just went, okay, I'll just get some. Balian, hey man, what's up? How you doing there on TikTok? And I know the sound is shit, but it is what it is. We can't do anything about it. I think we... Oh, yeah. Hope you're doing good, Balian. Oh. Balian, I'm good, bro. I set a little bit. Minus 2%. Well, minus 2% is nothing. Jaw says, here now, yay. What's up, dude? See if you guys that are watching on YouTube, see if you can, is it, like, how does the whole like thing work? Does it work the same way as on TikTok where you can just spam a bunch of likes? And maybe that helps. I'm not sure, like, if that helps with reach. I might ask my Claude here just to see. No one can really spam, it's slower. Well, on my PC I was able to click the heart thing and just click on the hearts a bunch with my mouse, but I'm not sure if that's the same thing as like I don't really know how that works. I'm doing some quick research on it right now though. And we can only click thumbs up to like the chat. Okay. So I'm gonna do some I can see like a bunch of hearts popping up in the chat. Yes, Akonda. I can see a bunch of like hearts popping out now and then on YouTube, yeah. Hey, Bullish Babe, how you doing? Sorry I missed you there on TikTok. It's so hard keeping track of like 6 different chats. Balian, in what language are you speaking with Claude? English. I'm Swedish, but I speak English with it because I speak more Swedish. Bullish Babe, send me a friend request on Discord. I have no idea how to use it. I did send you a friend request, Chelsea. I did. I'm tech illiterate. That's all fine. Bullish Babe, once my stream is over today, we'll talk on Discord, I think. Oh, she's not gonna give her your name here in the stream, and everyone is gonna add her. I've already added her, Jay. I can give her your name, but yeah, I have a specific chat that I want to have with Triple B. Oh, Bullish Babe accepted your friend request. There we go. It's all good. Got the end of the screen, but yay! Awesome. Awesome. Oh, hold on. We got a bunch of things here on YouTube. Ryby says, do you believe one day Bitcoin is $1 million? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Bullish Babe, what do you think? $1 million Bitcoin in a couple years? I think so. I believe. Serotonin is back in the chat on TikTok as well. How you doing, buddy? My user with my favorite name. The user with my favorite name. Wait. The user with the best... Whatever. I think so, yeah. See? It's good. Bitcoin at $1 million is something that people think was going to happen, you know, during this bull run that we get now. I have a really hard time seeing that. In the future, sure, but like... this bull run, no. I'd be surprised to see $250,000 this bull run, to be honest with you. Let's see, Bullish Babe, I can't say, but I hope you have a great live. I can't stay. Pop you on my story, though. Thank you, ma'am. I'll see you on Discord after the stream, okay? Have a good one, Bullish Babe. Go follow her if you haven't, by the way, you guys. She's fun. She's fun. She streams every day. Carl says, I believe in 1 million, although it will take some time. Yeah, indeed. Oh no, a spammer. A spammer on Twitch. Ew. What? Ooh. There we go. This is very good, very good. How do I ban people on Twitch? Ban user. There we go. Haha. I did ban things. Delete message. I think that worked. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Ooh. By the way, I think we've done our 2 hours. But we can stay on if you guys on YouTube really want to. Oh, hold on. To check where we are with the stream. There, that should work. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we've done our 2 hour stream, you guys. I was planning on doing 2 hours today. At least now, until we start getting rolling with this stuff. Because I'm still building the stream, the layout and everything. So we're gonna round this off now after 2 hours. And again, everybody on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, everywhere. If you haven't followed us on all of our different platforms, please do so, because we don't know which one we're going to end up being continue to stream towards, so to speak. So make sure you follow us on everything so you don't miss anything. So with that said, we're going to round this off. We're going to start with TikTok. So TikTok, see you soon. There we go. YouTube, all 2 connected users. Now it's 5 actually, according to my side there, Akonda. But you know, slow in the beginning and then big later on. We weren't expecting much growth. You know, TikTok's algorithm is absolutely stunningly amazing. And on every other platform, it's basically shit. Partially at least. So we're expecting slow growth for a while, but then eventually it's obviously going to get a bit faster probably. But we'll see. And I'm going to start uploading some videos on YouTube tomorrow. So some of the videos we have on TikTok, I'm going to have to re-edit them and drop them out as horizontal videos. And then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, streams, you know, when you stream and you have 200 followers on YouTube, obviously you're not going to have much reach. But, you know, we'll do our best to fix that. But we'll see. So with that said, you guys, thanks everybody for popping in and supporting us on these new platforms. We're doing our best to try to fix everything and make sure that we have some type of growth at least. And hopefully they will fix us on TikTok so we can stream to that properly as well, but we'll see what happens with that. So for now, it's going to be these platforms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask all of you guys to pop on Twitch. If you follow us on Twitch, pop on Twitch now, because we're going to raid. I usually try to raid a channel to try to help others growing on Twitch. So if you want to pop in and we can raid somebody, and that will give us a few eyes as well, a little bit. So let's do that. But with that said, I'm going to end Kick now. Goodbye, Kick. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. See you guys on Twitch here in a few seconds. There we go. And YouTubers, I'm gonna pop over to just Twitch for a few minutes so I can raid another channel. So go ahead and join us on Twitch if you can. All right. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna sort out this overlay as well today, and we'll see. So thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.